Hello friends, welcome to Deepta's Pathshala. Today we will discuss the fourth chapter of class 7 science book, that is heat chapter. After the completion of this chapter, you will be able to identify hot, cold and warm bodies, differentiate between heat and temperature, define heat as the transfer of energy, and you can also explain about the clinical and the laboratory thermometer. You all know that in summer season we feel very hot, whereas in winter season we feel very cold. So we all are aware about hotness or coldness of the objects. Yes or no? Now look at these pictures and tell me which things are very hot and which things are cold. Okay, so what about this cup of tea? You can say that this is very hot, steam is also coming. And what about the ice cream? The ice cream is cold. The pan is very hot and it is on the flame, and the juice is very cold. Yes. So how you will know that which one is hot or which one is cold? You may think it's so simple. We can just look at it and we can say whether something is cold or something is hot. Yes, now you can now you tell me whether this curry, just look at this one and tell me whether this curry is cold or hot. Tell me. So can you tell me whether it is just prepared or it was inside the refrigerator so that it is very cold? You cannot say by just looking at it. Now look at this pizza. Tell me whether it is still hot or it has become cold. You cannot say, because just by looking at everything, we cannot say whether it is hot or it is cold. So you may think, so what? Now we can touch it, and after touching, we will know that whether something is hot or cold. Now can you touch all these things? Can you tell me which food is very hot? No, you cannot say, because touching is not a reliable source of measuring hotness or coldness of anything. Understood? Now let's do one experiment. Let's take some cold water in a container and some hot water in another container. And in the third container, mix some of the cold water and some of the hot water. This is the mixed water. This is warm water. Now put one of your hand in the cold water and another hand in the hot water. After some time, you put both your hands in the mixed water, that is the warm water. Okay, your one hand will feel as if the water is cold and another hand will feel as if the water is warm. So why it is so? The water is warm water, but different feeling for different hands. Yes or no? Because heat is transferred from the hotter region to the cooler region. So when you will put this hand which was previously in the cold water in this water, what will happen? From the water, heat will transfer to your hand. So your hand will feel warm. Understood? Now when you will put this hand which was previously in the hot water, the heat from this hand will transfer to this water, so that the hand will feel as if the water is cold, though the water is having the same kind of hotness, that is the warm water, but the different hands will observe different feelings. Understood? So touching is not a reliable source of measuring hotness and coldness. Why? Because we cannot touch everything with our hand and it cannot give us the accurate result. And sometimes it may mislead us, as in the previous case, different feelings for the different hands in the same kind of water. Now you understood. So what is the reliable source of measuring the hotness or coldness? That is the temperature. So temperature is the measure or degree of measuring the hotness or coldness of an object with reference to a standard value. This temperature, when we will provide heat to an object, the temperature will increase and the object will become very hot. When you will remove the temperature, the object will become cold. Understood? So temperature can be measured by Kelvin scale or Celsius scale or Fahrenheit scale. But in India, we have adopted the Celsius scale. Understood? And temperature can be measured by using thermometers. So let's discuss about different kinds of thermometers. Now look at this picture. This is the picture of a clinical thermometer. You might have seen it in your home, isn't it? Because this is used to measure the body temperature when we are having fever. Okay, now let's understand the different parts of this thermometer. So in this thermometer, here it is the silver color bulb like structure. In the previous picture you saw it. So inside the bulb, the mercury is there. Mercury is a liquid metal that is also silver color, silver shining. Okay, and here you can see a bent that is also known as kink. And this line you can see, this is a tube like structure. This is the capillary tube through which the mercury can rise up. Understood? Now you can see this is a measuring scale. This one is made from a glass tube, and here you can see a measuring scale which shows from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. And in between 1 degree Celsius, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 small division. So each small division is 0.1 degree Celsius. Understood? Now let's understand how to measure the temperature by using this thermometer. So before using this thermometer to measure the temperature of your body, you have to clean it preferably with an antiseptic solution. After that, give it a few jugs by shaking your hands so that the mercury level will come down, and make sure the mercury level should be below 35 degrees Celsius. Now you can put the bulb under your tongue. After 1 minute, you can remove it from your tongue and you can take the reading. How? You will observe the mercury thread in the capillary tube by looking it. If you cannot see it, just twist it little bit so that the mercury thread will be observable. You can see it properly so that you can take the reading. And the temperature is always measured in degrees Celsius. So the mercury thread will show your exact body temperature. Now, how does it work? How the mercury thread rises? How does it will show us the temperature? This is because the solids and the liquids, they can expand when provided with heat. So when you will put this thermometer under your tongue, so this ball part, it is made from the metal, so it will absorb the body temperature. So inside it mercury is there. Mercury will also get the heat from your body. So when it will get the heat, it will expand up, and through the constriction it will rise up like this. You can see the black thread, that is the mercury thread, it is rising up. Okay, and it is showing 37 degree Celsius. In this way you can measure your body temperature. Nowadays, instead of mercury, as mercury is a toxic substance, so sometimes we can use the red alcohol also. In some of the thermometers you can see a red color line. Understood? Now the question comes, why there is a kink? This is because the kink is present to stop or prevent the backflow of the mercury to the bulb when you will remove it out of the patient's mouth, so that you can measure the accurate temperature. Now another question is for you, why the range is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius only, not more than that, not less than that? This is because the average temperature of the human body is 37 degrees Celsius, that is nearly equal to 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. Understood? And the temperature of the human body normally does not go below 35 degrees Celsius and above 42 degrees Celsius. That is the reason the range is from 35 to 42 degrees Celsius. So now, what are the precautions should be taken? Which precautions should be taken while reading a thermometer? Let's discuss about that. So thermometer should be washed properly with an antiseptic solution before and after its use, and ensure that before use the mercury level should come down, that is should be below 35 degrees Celsius. And read the thermometer keeping the level of mercury along the line of sight so that you can measure it properly. And handle the thermometer with proper care, and don't hold the thermometer from the bulb. Why? If you will touch it or hold it from the bulb, then again your body temperature will be transferred into the bulb, so you cannot measure the accurate temperature. Understood? Nowadays digital thermometers are also available. You can see in this picture. So you need not do anything more. You have to just put it under your tongue. After 1 minute you will listen a beep sound. So after that you can remove it out of your mouth and you can take the reading. It will show you the accurate temperature. Understood? Now let's discuss about the laboratory thermometer. Here is the picture of the laboratory thermometer. You can see how long it is. Yes. So a laboratory thermometer is a tool that is usually used in the laboratory to measure the temperature with high accuracy. It can be partially or fully immersed in the substance being measured. Okay, and you can recognize it very easily as it is having a very long stem with a bulb at its end. Understood? And it can measure the temperature from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. That's why it's very long. So what are the precautions that should be taken while reading the laboratory thermometer? When you will take the measurement through a laboratory thermometer, it should be kept upright. You can see in the picture, it should not be tilted. It should be always kept upright. Understood? And the bulb should be surrounded from the substance by everywhere, from the surrounding, from all sides. It should be covered with that substance of which the temperature is to be taken. Understood? And it should not touch the bottom of the container. Here you can see it is not touching the bottom of the container. Okay, so what are the differences between clinical and the laboratory thermometer? The clinical thermometer, as you all know, we use it to measure the body temperature when we are having fever, but the laboratory thermometer, we cannot use it to take the body temperature. Understood? And the clinical thermometer, it can be tilted, not a problem while taking the measurement or while taking the temperature. Okay, but the laboratory thermometer should be kept upright always. It should not be tilted. So why? And you know that in the laboratory thermometer there is no kink, but in the clinical thermometer there is a kink, and clinical thermometer is very small. It can measure from 35 to 42 degrees Celsius, and the laboratory thermometer, it can measure from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. So why the laboratory thermometer cannot be used to measure the body temperature? This is because it has no kink. Here in the picture you can see here no kink, but in the clinical thermometer there is a kink. So the kink will prevent the backflow of mercury when it will be removed out of the mouth. Yes, but if you will use this kind of the laboratory thermometer to take your body temperature, as soon as you will remove it out of your mouth, the red alcohol level will suddenly go down because it has no kink. So it cannot be used to measure the body temperature. Now you understand? So this is all about our today's session. The rest part of this chapter will be discussed in the part 2 of this chapter. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you are having any doubt, please write it in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. So stay tuned and thank you.